I see. I almost did forget. All right, very cool. All right, just to get all viewers caught up, we're going to do a CLI challenge, and we're first going to walk through how to clone down a GitHub repository to local environment. So go ahead and open up that terminal application.
Oh my gosh, where did it go? Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
Command spacebar and search for
it.
It's in your, if you share your screen again, I can draw little arrows of where you should go. All right, very cool. All right, okay, good, nice. Okay, so you're at week 3 challenge. So what you want to do is click, where are my annotations? There we go, clone or download. All right, right there. Click this little button right here. Okay, once that's clicked, go ahead and open up your terminal. All right, and now we want to get into a place where we want to code. So do you have a folder you like to code in?
Yes.
And if you, yep, nice.
I think I just have code in there.
Okay, do ls. Let's see what's in there right now. All right, so a bunch of labs. I think this is a good spot. So go ahead and clone here, git clone, and then paste in whatever you just copied. Already exists. You already have challenge 3? You looking ahead? Are you cheating on me?
No.
It's fine.
Ruth and I did this last week. We paired it together.
All right, well, I'm going to make you do it again. So type in the following thing. Type in RM. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to make you delete it just in case you want the code. So we're going to say MV space, say WEEK and click tab. Okay, space, WEEK -3 -copy. Click enter. All right, now do the git clone again. So now you're you can have your old code there. It's in that directory called week 3 copy, and we're going to clone now in the fresh one here. Perfect. Sweet. All right, go ahead and CD into week 3 challenge OSEB. Caught red-handed. All right, cool. Go ahead and click enter. Very cool. And now code space enter. Or sorry, code space dot enter.
Dot enter.
Yes, yes. There you go. All right, perfect. Ready to go. All right, so now this is where I step back and I let you guys run it. So navigators, start navigating. Meg, go ahead and open up the README. Open up to the side. And the preview would be nice too. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Very cool. All right. Good luck, everyone.
There it is.
All right, the first thing you have to do is run bundle install.
Origin's installed. Cool.
Okay. What is it? Read the comments in Blogger CLI RB. Okay. Okay, so I guess that's that.
Require prize at the top. Okay, so it looks like this is our final goal, is to get all those methods to work, which is down here at the bottom for us.
Okay.
Just to start at the top and work our way down.
Yeah,
Sure, that
that's
sounds
a good
good.
idea. Should set the name as well as the blog.
Should we do at name equals name?
And then blogs should be an empty array, yeah, at blogs.
Right, right.
Should do both associations. Yeah, this is
So
not my, that's
maybe-
not my forte. Obviously, we know this.
I think it's add blog and then you're gonna be pushing self, right? Wait, no, not self. Should be added. The blog should be added to the authors collection. What is the authors collection?
That's what,
That would be
The blog.
this, right?
Yes. So then would it be like add blog and then the add, like, yeah, that little thing. Blog. Should be added to the authors collection of blogs.
yeah, the ad blog needs, if you're gonna do it, no, you're calling its own, that could be self right there, because you're calling ad blog, so that's self. If you're doing it that way,
I thought that it should be the at
because
blog.
that's ad blog is pointing to it's calling its own method in it, in the self, isn't it?
No,
I
but
think
I
she's
was
saying
referring
at.
to like the instance variable at.
Oh, it's at,
At.
excuse me.
I
Do you see
think-
what? Yeah. Do you see what would happen if you said add blog, ADD blog? It would have just kept calling itself over and over again.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, bad English.
That's okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Should do both associations.
So, but I think the both associations are referring to the two commented outlines underneath
Yeah.
it. So
So we still need to do this part.
So does that have to be blog dot author equals? I'm not sure. I'm just
equals
saying.
self.
But isn't self? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, that'll make that instance, each instance that runs through that will be the new instance of author.
Yeah.
Think.
But does author exist? Because where's author coming from? Like dot author?
I guess we can create it later on.
Because we only have a name and a blog. Don't we have
It's
to
the
create?
class.
It's
So
the
I
class.
should- So then we should add it to our add or accessor.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I think that okay. I feel like the connection is supposed to be with the blog class. See, the author should be set to the blog's author. I think that one way or another, we're gonna have to like connect it with blog class.
The author should be.
I guess we
set.
can leave it like that and then like see where the errors lead us.
Okay, let's keep going.
Well, there are no errors because there's no tests.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes, we should try that.
Mhm.
so the
Not
only way to
Not
see
a
if
bad thought though, but yeah.
the only way to see if there's any errors right now is to do, if we would have to do a binding.pry and
Mhm.
stuff in there.
Do you want me to do that?
What do you guys think? Should we do that?
no, yes, I think you're right. I think you're doing it right because blog.author is going to be in the blog class. We have an adder accessor with authors. So As long as blog, so blog is gonna be an instance of the class blog. So if we call blog.author, then we're calling an instance of the blog class, and through the author accessor author down there in the blog class, we're basically adding it. So I think we should be good like that.
Yeah, so we're setting that blog to equal author.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Should we move on to print blogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should iterate through the author's blogs and print out the info. So
For the blog.
okay, should iterate.
So the author's blogs is we just need to iterate through the add blogs, right? Add like the arroba.
At blogs array, yeah.
That one.
But the app.
I got you.
But if we go to app blogs, isn't that going to be an empty array? Because right now we're just referring to an empty array.
It shouldn't be later on because when we initialize it, I guess that when we initialize it, we should shove a self. No, wait.
Because
The app blog does that for us. It adds one in there, so it'll update.
Oh, okay. So
later
it'll update. Okay. But when we call it in here, are we calling it? Where are we calling it from? From the line on 16 and 17? Okay. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, it'll just go back and check. Like if it'll be
You
running
what-
and we add it, then
Do
we
you
can
want
go
to do
back.
a binding.pry to see what's happening?
Yeah, we should try that. Just see where we're at.
I'm not trying to confuse anybody. I'm just trying
No,
to
you're good.
follow.
Where do you want me to throw the binding.pry?
Line 20, 23. Right under that blogs.
I think we need to take out the dot after blogs.
Yeah, it'll probably give us a syntax error.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, I gotta run it.
You would have to run it. To run it, you would have to type in Ruby with a capital R.
It's capitalized when I do that.
Yeah, I do it capitalizing. I've done it the other way and it didn't work. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It should be lowercase.
It should be lowercase.
Yep.
Okay then. Yeah, sorry.
It's all
I
right.
don't know. I did it the other way and it didn't work for me.
I'm not in the right file.
Well, did it
Or
work?
is it?
Like
well,
no errors, right?
No errors, but okay. So we need to call on a method so that the binding pry gets run.
There you go.
So
Oh yeah, because it won't in the test. It picks it up.
okay. Oh, now we're not binding that pry.
There you go. So type in blogs.
Add blogs, right?
No, I don't. I've done it either way, and it seems like to give me the same answer. I don't know if that's a thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can say at blogs too, right? When you say blogs, you're implicitly saying self.blog. Since there's an attribute accessor for blogs, it's just going to call the reader, which returns at blogs to you. So they'll be the same thing.
Okay, so yeah. So
But
we're getting an empty array.
But I think it's fine if we I think we should be getting an empty array because we haven't added a blog. So if we initialize with empty, and then as soon as we call add _ blog with a blog, then it'll print something out. So I guess if the author doesn't have any blogs, then we're printing nil. We're printing nothing, right?
Yeah, if the first thing you've done is called print blogs, then yeah, we're definitely expecting that to be empty.
Yeah. So we should be good with print. Like if we iterate on.
We can add a blog now and then print it again. See it.
So, like
If we want to do that, let's take our binding pry and put it at the very bottom. We don't want to so you're not calling stuff from
Oh,
inside of
yeah.
print blogs. See what I'm saying?
Right. Call the whole class.
What do you guys want me to do? Mm,
Just create a name, an author. Howard. Do we need to make like a variable name first?
Yeah, you have to.
Equals.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. And then we can do, I guess, like the add blog. Would it be, I think it's like howard.addblog.
Right.
And then inside, I don't know, whatever blog you guys.
Oh no, we just add
Name.
blog Howard. Right.
Yeah. Just be a string for now, just to test to see if it works, to see if it adds it into the array.
Mhm.
I think we just do add blog with the name Howard that we made.
Yeah.
No, like add blog with the we need an argument of blog, so we could
Yeah,
use
just add blog with the argument. No Howard.
Oh, I didn't.
I think.
No, that didn't
I
work.
think we just need like the variable name, not the string. If I'm right. Or maybe just name. I don't know. Nope, okay.
Well, it would have to be. I think it has to be because what is blog? What is blog holding? Is it like a URL, a string, or like
That's
the
true, 'cause
data type?
we haven't made a blog yet.
So
We just made an author. So that would make sense why that did not call.
We found it kind of helpful to go through a lot of the methods because they're linked to one another. So before we can test it, we might actually have to like build out most.
yeah, maybe that's what we need to do. Just keep going down, and then just whatever the errors are, we'll work on them when we get them all.
Because you can't call add blog with a blog name if you don't have a blog in.
Well,
But
we can call add blog on an instance of blog. What is it, Blogger or whatever the file name is? Oh, author. We can call it on an instance of author. We just have to. Well, an instance of author that we created before was Howard, so we should have been able to do like Ali said, call our instance and add an author on it.
I think it would it. No.
Does that make sense? I mean,
So
because
the real issue is that like you want to put in a blog object here, not a string, right? So in order to test this with a blog object so that you can have an actual array of blog objects rather than an array of strings, right, is to keep moving on until you have the blog built up enough that you can test this appropriately.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Also, I think that the add blog should that be add blog so that we keep all the blogs. Does that make sense?
It would make sense if we are keeping track of all the blogs, but we're keeping track of all the blogs associated with a single author individual, correct?
Okay.
That's that decision maker, right? Are these the blogs of everybody? Or are these the blogs of a single individual? If they're the blogs of an individual, we say at blogs because they belong. Those blogs are all written by the same guy.
Okay.
If we're keeping track of literally all the blogs that everybody wrote, that's when we would use at blogs. Okay?
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, okay, I got that. Yeah.
So should we move on, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to come back and do print blogs?
Yeah, we haven't finished that
Yeah,
yet.
I guess we'll come back to it. So
The title content. So I think I would do like add the arroba add blog add title equals title.
And then it's saying we need to call our add blog method while passing in. I can't read the rest of that.
Oh, sorry, I'll move that.
The
I'll
author
pass it.
should call and blog while passing in the instance as an
The
argument.
folders up top on the left. They'll-
What, Ruth? I can't hear you.
If you click the 2 folders up top on the left, where next to your Explorer, they'll close that file tree.
Ruth, I can't hear you. Your voice is really soft right now.
Click on that and it should close the file tree.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool.
Not that that helped, I guess.
I can make it better. There we go.
Okay, the author object should call.
So this instance would be self, so we know that, and we have to call the add blog on this instance.
So it will
So-
be add
Well, the author object, so we'll need to invoke the author. Does that look right?
author.
At author equals author dot blog dot add blog. Sorry. Yeah. Equals that.
Does author need to be capitalized or does it not matter because it's a class? Or are we not?
I think we're calling that attribute accessor in the blog class. Author, sorry. And, we're defining it.
Okay.
Okay, so then now it seems like we've answered both of those, so we can move down. So is this like a simple puts here, should print out?
I guess so. Print out of title.
Does Ruby have print as well or just puts?
I
It
only
It
know.
has print, but print won't put in a new line at the end. So do you want something with a new line? If you want a new line at the end, use puts. Otherwise, use print.
We want to do a string interpolation
Mm-hmm.
with the title and the author's name.
Mm-hmm.
You say it again, Jordan? String interpolation of what?
Right there on blog title. Well, we would just call it title. At title, right, everyone?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then same thing with
Yeah, it would just be what, author?
At author. Yeah.
Or would it be author.name?
author.name, because our author here is not a name. It's calling that method and they're adding a blog to it.
Should it be at author.name or just author.name?
I don't think it matters.
No,
Because it knows the instance of an author.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Title. Like you can put the at, you can not put the at. It's a personal preference thing because either way, like it's the instance that it's putting in.
Yeah, we're getting it from the attribute accessor, correct?
Mm-hmm. My only thing is line 38 isn't taking an argument, so where is it getting this title and author from?
Good point.
What type of variables are those?
Instance variables?
Are those available anywhere in the instance methods?
They are available in the initializer.
Okay. Are they available in any instance method for an individual?
Yes.
That class, yes.
They are, yeah. Exactly. So that's where they're coming from, right? That's the one time, the only time that you get variables that aren't passed in is if they're instance variables or class variables.
We can
But
just get
that's
them.
good intuition, though. That's what you should always be asking. Is like, do I have enough information to do what I want to do? So very good intuition. This time, though, the answer is yeah, we do.
So I title at author.
Yes. Author.
Are we still working on that print author info?
No, I think that one's done. I think we're moving on to print author blogs.
Okay.
I think this is where we would have to use the other class, right? And iterate through the array that's saved out in the other class through some instance. So what is the shared instance? I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but there should be like some adder accessory that is shared that we can call on in the other class, I think. So we want to print out the other blogs by this author, right? Is that what you want to do? Yes. So where are those other blogs saved out?
Print out.
Those
Saved out in the blogs, right?
In our array
Right
up here,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that I would do like self because that's the author. No, wait, no,
That's the blog.
that's the blog. Yeah. So I would do author dot, and then what was the name of the
Blogs.
Blogs, yeah.
blogs? Yes, because that's the outer axis, right? Yes. Author dot
double
blog.
check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
At all.
Blogs, but we have to print them out by name.
okay, and then we do like dot each. And do, and then something, and then puts.
Well, we're trying to get what out of the blogs, right? Oh,
Get what?
we're getting the blogs out of it,
Yeah.
out of the array.
Mhm.
So it's do.
Whatever, it can be I blogs, just a constant, right?
Yeah, just any variable.
Yeah, variable.
Anyone? Can anyone hear me?
We're
Yeah,
barely,
you're just
so
really
faint.
low.
I don't know why.
Speak up.
I was trying, okay, I'll yell. I was trying to tell you guys that if we finish line 20 in the author class, we could just use it for line 20 or for line 43 in the blog class.
Oh wait.
Mm.
Blogs. So we just need to finish that,
Oh, yeah.
if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, because it's iterating through for us already.
Well, can't we just do like author.print blogs and then it'll show the array there?
But then it's printing,
Like,
so that method wants it to print the info for the one blog, not all of the blogs for the author. Does that make sense? Am I like unhearable again?
Right, because then we can just call it, and then do we use content for the info in blog?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Whenever we make print blogs, we can then call it down in blog info, and that's when we'll use content, because we haven't used that variable at all yet. So
Yeah. So in the blog class, we would just be able to like put the author's name or do self dot print blogs or no.
Author.print blog, right?
right.
Well, it's saying it should print out the blog or no, it should print out other blogs by blog author.
Yeah, that's just going to be a string interpolation where we put that author's name in, but it's the iteration part that I think you're talking about, Ruth, right? By using that other method in author.
Yeah. So when Meg and I did it, we had it print out all of the other blogs that were written by the author. Does
Okay,
that
cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
okay? I'm just a follow the lines kind of person, so if y'all don't want to do line 20 yet, that's totally fine.
I think that's pretty good.
We should just dot each,
Mm-hmm.
do pipe blog.
Then puts blog, I guess.
Yeah, should be just puts blog. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay. So is that something for print blogs?
And then on line 48, we can just do print blogs, print underscore blogs, instead of author.blogs.each and all of that. We should be able to just do.
Print blogs, yeah.
And then you'll need to, above line 48, you'll need to add in that string that says other blogs by blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And then author.
Interpolate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dot name, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we're good with that one, right?
Something feels off about it.
Yes.
We need to add author. Does that not matter?
Oh, I think it's supposed to be author but not capitalized. It's supposed to be lowercase so that it's like again the at author that where we haven't add our accessor. Yeah, I think that should work. Right? Because that way the other class knows what author, what instance we're calling print blogs on.
Very good.
Makes sense.
Okay. Should we move on to the next one? Print blog info. Is it like add title, add content, and an author? That feels too easy. I'm not sure if that's.
Do something like that.
Well, shouldn't you specify like what blog it's doing that for?
Probably.
like blog dot title, like that's blog dot title.
But we're inside the blog class, so wouldn't we already know that? Like we would be calling that on a specific blog, right?
Yep. So doing like title, content, author, self dot that, then we would be accessing because these are attribute accessors. They're going to just go ahead and give you those instance variables directly. So they'll both do the same thing. Now, I always prefer to use my readers if I can. So like saying self.title instead of add title, because if you decide to make a more complex reader, then you'll be accessing that variable through the reader rather than directly through the instance variable. So it just depends, but they'll both work for you. And because you're just using standard readers, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Is that how we want it formatted? Or
I would personally put it into a string, but that's just because like, that's what's being printed out as opposed to like being returned. So puts parentheses interpolated. Am I making sense? Yeah. And then like comma self.content, comma self.author.
Yeah,
Ruth,
all
you are
interpolated.
so quiet.
I don't know what's, I can keep yelling. I'm fine with that.
Oh, it gave you a double.
Oh, thank you.
Should we test it?
All right,
Let's
give
do
it a
it.
go. I'll go ahead and uncomment these out. Oh, do we want the binding pry in there right now?
I don't know.
Get out.
Maybe take it out.
We'll see what happens. See what return we get.
Okay. So how do we test this? Should we just like call different methods and see like what happens if they break or not?
Well, we got some answers because it would have run all of these at the end of it, and that's what these answers are, but it's hard to tell what belongs with what.
So on that other blogs by Shakespeare, it's printing the ID, not printing the name. So maybe we should like check why that's happening.
Yeah, other blocks by Shakespeare.
We might want to do on line 49 dot name. So author dot print blogs dot name. Is this the or title? Sorry. I think.
But print blogs, what's the return of print blogs? I think the return it's a puts, right? So I don't think we can call title on that. Would you be able to scroll up and see what the return value of print blogs is? You see, print blog, what the return is, it's a puts.
Oh, it's returning the object ID instead of, we could do we want to
Be
do
careful
block?
here. You're right and you're wrong. You're right that the return value will not accommodate a dot title, but the puts is happening inside of an each. The real return value is the return of the each, which is the array of blogs. But you still can't call title on it though. So you're right. You can't call title, but be careful about, now if this was a map, right? You'd have an array of nils. So that, but remember each returns the original array. So print blogs, the return value will be an array of blogs. But in general too, a method that's only meant to print things probably shouldn't use the return value of that, right? Because it's not the point of the method. If you want the blogs array, you might as well just say dot blogs, right? If that makes sense. What are you guys trying to do though? I just heard that at the back of my mind. So what are you guys working on?
It's printing out the IDs for the other blogs by.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Because you are iterating through. So your app logs is an array of what?
Of the IDs.
Blog instances.
Blog objects.
Blog
Yeah.
objects. And then so you're getting each blog object one at a time, and you're trying to print out the whole object. What do you want to print out about the blog? And before you do it, tell me what you're going to do, and I'm going to show you a way cooler way to do it. All right. So, and this will be a lot of fun. But tell me what you want to do. What do you want to see when you print a blog?
The title, yeah.
The title?
Well, it says the info.
Okay.
Info. So title, and what else does a blog have then?
Content.
An author.
Yeah.
Title,
So let's-
content, and author.
All right, so let's display all three of those things. Now, what you could do is you could interpolate a string that says title, content, author, right? Right? You could just use a
Yes.
big string,
Yeah.
interpolate those three things. That's probably what you're about to do. Don't do that. I want to keep this code the same, and I'm going to show you something super, super cool. Make a new method above print blogs called to_s. We're going to overwrite the Ruby given method 2s that tells me that when I print a blog, _, yep. The method that exists currently for 2s already does exist, just like initialize exists till we write over it. And it says if you're going to print out a blog, we're going to make it look like this. And we're going to say, if I want to print out a blog, I'm going to tell you what I want it to look like. I want it to look like an interpolated string of those three things. So go ahead and return that interpolated string here.
So it'd be title, content, author.
Mhm. Very cool. So now what we've told Ruby is that, hey, Ruby, when I want to turn this into a string, which is what puts does, I want it to look like that. Rerun your code. See what happens. See you, Dominic. Undefined method title for blog. Oh, because we're in our thing. So put this in your blog. Sorry, it's blogs that we want to print out, not authors. Take this 2s method, put it in your blog. That's what I want to print. I'm saying this is what I want blogs to look like when I print them out. Now rerun it. This is gonna be so cool. Very cool. So now we're getting the name title. What we're not getting is the author object. So let's do the same thing with author. How do we want authors to look when we print them out?
With their name.
Let's do it. Override the 2s method in the author.
Name belongs an author, right?
Yeah.
Or do we need just name?
Wait, why does author have an author attribute? Probably don't want that, right? All right, so let's just do name. So you didn't even, yeah, you can interpolate if you like, or you could just say like self.name. That's fine. Okay, cool. Now let's run it again.
How does the program know that 2s applies to add blog? Sorry, to print blogs.
Because, oh yeah, so real quick, let's just look at this. So see how it looks really good. All right, why does it know? That's a great question. Because when I call puts, right, what's already happening is that like, I'm trying to print something out to the screen, right? So Ruby says, all right, I'm not expecting you guys when you make your own classes to tell puts how it should look at on the screen. So I'm going to give you like a standard 2s method. Puts is going to call toString on whatever your class is, right? Because like authors, the way you've written it here, if we didn't write 2s, authors would have no idea how to display themselves on a string, right? On the screen, because there's some custom object. So Ruby says, hey, no matter what, I don't want you to have to worry about that. I'm going to write a 2s method that exists behind the scenes in all of your classes, right? And if you ever want to puts out an object, it'll literally just be your little caret. It'll be the name of the object, so like author, and then it will have like some dots, and then it'll have the location in memory where it lives, and it'll close it off. All right, that's how I'm going to make it look. So what we say is like, oh no, Ruby, we want our author to look different. So when puts turns our author object into a string, we want it to look like the name. When the puts turns our blog object into a string, we don't want it to look the way you said it should look when you wrote the method behind the scenes, where it's like blog : and then a memory location. We actually want it to display as a string the title, the content, and the author. So it's puts that turns it to a string. When I say puts something, right, that is what's trying to turn our object into a string. So Ruby has told all of our objects behind the scenes what it should look like as a string, and we're just redefining that behavior by overwriting the toS method. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of? You
Yeah.
sure? Okay. All right. Very cool. All right, and I like that too, right? So if you never have a reason like print out like the object and make it look like an object, and you only ever want to print it out and make it look pretty, then I like to override the toS method and then not worry about like formatting strings here. Because I might want to print out this blog in lots of places. So let's just define in the toS method what we want it to look like when we do print it out, right?
Cool.
I agree.
So are we good then?
We still have one undefined method.
Line 57, blogger CLI.rb.
Take title off of it.
Oh, remember that's what we were playing around with.
Oh yeah, I got distracted. My bad.
No, you're good.
There we go. Now we're passing all the
Yay.
Woo.
these guys.
All right, guys. So we're at 6:15. I'm gonna leave. If you guys want to keep working on stuff, I'll just leave the meeting, so it won't close it out. So if you guys want to keep doing stuff, that's fine. I'm gonna have to stop the recording though. So for all of you watching the recording, I do apologize. But I think everything's pretty much done, right? Except for the bonus part.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So everybody watching this video, the extra stuff, if they do choose to continue working, I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but if you do choose it, go ahead and paste the code in the collaboration channel so you'll be able to see it. You just won't be able to see it on the video. Okay. Cool.